Okay, here we're getting rocking and rolling here. We're going to do some Fordite and those kind of goodies. And this is a really cool pattern on this particular Fordite. You can see these things right here. These are drips like in here. And that makes a really cool pattern. So cutting this across here and then sticking that into a pen does wonders. And of course this is with the inside look, and there must be, 75 layers of paint on that. So there's a lot of little layers of paint in there. All the same, just different drips. So that'll be pretty neat to turn that. All right, let's get rolling here. Let me make sure we got some audio over there picking me up. Yeah, we got some audio. Okay, we're going to turn the blower on. It'll cancel itself out in a second. And there you go. Okay. Now this is going to be artist choice, and it's going to be a .55, very medium size pen. And we're going to do some, I want to do baseball bats on this to pull me away from the Fordite so I can get more of an incline through it. So I'm going to take this part down here to .55 first, or actually we'll probably go to about .57 and then sand the rest off. See how far we're getting down there. Still a little bit fat, I think. Yeah, it's a .65. So we're heading on down. See how that is now. I think we're getting pretty close. About a .58, .59, so pretty close. Take just a little shiver off of there. That should be good. Now we'll give us a baseball bat end. For those of you who may be watching this for the very first time, a baseball bat end is called that because it looks like the bottom side of a baseball bat. And I tune the width of the baseball bat down to about a medium. We do have some customers that really want a very large plate on the bottom, as large as they can, because they press against that a lot. So we know who those customers are, and we keep those out there for them. I'm gonna go make sure this thing is pulling some air, maybe full of shavings from last night. Yeah, a little bit. All right, that's nice and clear. Okay. All right, let's do a measurement on this one here. That's a .59, so we're getting down close. So we're gonna throw a little baseball bat on the end there, trim off the end, and come down just a little bit more. Okay. trim this end up, make it look good. There we go, that's looking nice. Gonna round this up. I can feel just a little flat edge on there. And I just barely nibble away that molecule by molecule till it's gone. Don't want to take too much away. It's usually a very, yeah, perfect now. Usually it's a very small flat part. Okay, so now we got some exciting stuff to do because this pattern is so cool and we're going to get some great topographical off of that. I definitely want to dig into it right here. And again, these turn out to be a lot of, you know, bubble gum, or what do you call them, gum balls kind of thing. So I think about coming up here and then going down in there. So I'm going to make this dive about right here, and that'll give me lots of slant on that right there as we come up out of that valley. And then on this one here, we're going to leave enough for the finger hold. I think we're going to come right around in there. Let me see where those are from the center. 2 point, there's the center there. So that one's actually pretty close. So it'll give me a gumball from here to there, which is really weird. So off of center, this is about, oh, let's go 3/4 of an inch just to make it even. All right, let's get this thing running now that we've done a little bit of math here. So here is the center, and then we're gonna come off 3/4 this way and 3/4 this way. That'll give us a nice symmetrical design. It will give us, let me just talk about this. So we're gonna take a little bit more off of this here, and then we're gonna dive down into this valley here. We're gonna come up, probably remove this resin right here just so we can see that stuff behind it. And then we're gonna go back down into this valley and then come up. So we're gonna get a lot of cool topographical stuff right in here. So this is likely gonna be gone right here, so we'll dive into that valley. Here we go. 2 marks, one there, one there. And now we will nibble away at this because this stuff is, you know, pretty soft and a little bit brittle. Softer than resin, let's put it that way. Okay, let's just watch this come to life now. Thin this down just a little bit right here. Because remember, this is still a diamond painting pen, so as gorgeous as it is, we still have to give a good place for the fingers here. Now some of that we're going to sand down to get where we need to be, which is, so we'll probably leave that right there because we'll bring that down with some sanding. Let's go over here and work on this one here. Then we'll work on that middle hump, that middle big wide gumball football looking thing. That's the bottom of that valley. Now let's shape this Fordite here just a little bit, because again, like the other side, we're going to bring this down with some sanding. let's see how we're looking here. Pretty good. I do want to uncover that right there. The rest of this looks fabulous. This is looking really cool here. It's going to sand down gorgeous. Got a good valley here, and I do want to remove this cap right there because you're paying for this Fordite to be seen, so we want to make sure we see it. So I got a little trim right here and trim right in there. We're going to take this off just a little bit here. Let's see how much of that we took off. Just a hair more. Little tiny bit. All right. That should do it for that one. Okay, I think it looks thin enough. Now I'm going to take that off because I want to make sure I get that resin off because that's a little harder to sand that far through. So we'll make this a nice slope down into the valley here. All right, let's come over here. We're going to shape this one a little bit like that one over there. Okay, perfect on these. This is good. We're probably just gonna, whatever sands off there, we'll leave it look like a jewel in the middle of that Fordite. The ends are excellent. And now we're just gonna play with this part here in the middle. This is gonna remain because I'd have to take too much off to get that resin off right there. So here we go. We'll play with the middle here a little bit, shape that up. This is all resin on this side, so this part's easy. I gotta take it down far enough to make the other side look good. Okay, here we go. We literally take this off molecule by molecule. I mean, I'm sure it's more than a molecule, but you get the idea. Super tiny bites. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to leave a little bit of that on there because one of the things that you know worries me a little bit is that I've got resin, Fordite, and then resin. So the bond right here and there has got to be super strong. And of course the paint's going this way, so it's actually not gonna break that way. If the lines in this paint were going this way, I would have a lot of concern. But when they're going horizontal like this, beautiful opportunity. And I'm not going to get much. I'd probably take a little bit thinner and get that little valley going there. So just a hair more. Just a hair more. Let's see what I did there. All right, that valley's gonna look good. No valley here to worry about. All right, now it's time for sanding. This is gonna be a pretty cool pen. I love the pattern of the drips. Okay, blower's off. Let me get out the diaper. We got to get us a dry diaper today, because that one's still wet from last night. Not many hours between turning, I'll tell you. We go to bed, we get up, we turn again. You guys are way too kind to us. Okay, put a nice dry one down there. Keep the bed clean. There we go. Got some turnings on there we'll throw up in there. Okay, here we go. Turn that out of the way, get this moving. I'm gonna grab a 80. This will give us some good gross shaping. I do use water to keep down the dust when I don't have the blower going. I think Carrie's going to go live in a little while to do shipping, which is awesome. And as I'm finishing this, I can hear when it gets super smooth, which tells me I'm nearly done. I never want to sand too much of this off. Just enough to make it gorgeous. That sounded nice. Now we work on the valley. We put this in diagonally so we can work on both sides of the valley at the same time. Make it a little bit even. Hopefully I'm not flipping too much junk up on the camera. Now what I'm going to do is wipe this off, because I want to see how I've done sanding it. Because remember, we only have to sand it down to where all the lines become super fine, super sharp. Let's see how we're doing here. What I'm looking for is the jagged lines, and I think this one is, I don't see any jagged lines. Absolutely gorgeous. Is that? I wonder if this is, yeah, we get a toothbrush out here. Oh, interesting. There's an air gap right in there, I think. Or is that paint? No, that's paint in there. Or that's loose paint or something. We're going to clean that out really good. We're probably going to have to, yeah, I can feel it. So we'll have to fill that with a little bit of CA glue and then sand that up, but the rest of it looks great. Yeah, something was in that. I don't know if that's no, it can't be in between the drips. It's in the drip. Some gray paint that didn't want to play. And I really want to aggressively work that because I want to get all that stuff out so I can fill it with CA glue. All right, that's pretty good there. Okay, let's go to the other. And then you can see on the camera how super sharp these lines are here, sanded down very nicely. And these are still jagged because that's what the knife does to them when you're turning it. So here we go. Let's get this other side done. And then we'll be on our way to filling that with some CA glue and then finishing it up. Again, it gets quieter and quieter as those lines get sharper. Yeah, it pains me a little bit to do a lot of these Fordites in these bump methods like this, but man, it really shows off that Fordite, and quite frankly, that's why you're buying these blanks. You want to see that Fordite. Me too. Me too. There's no value in just having a Fordite pen if you can't see the Fordite. That feels real nice. Let's wipe that down. See what it looks like. Yep, that is super nice and sharp. And as we continue to finish it, that'll get it dialed right in. Okay, so now what we need to do is I need to wipe that off right there. And yeah, there are some holes right there. Air hole in the resin. And then some air holes. I think, oh yeah, these are between the drips. So that's where the resin didn't make it to. Little hole there, nothing there, hole there, and a hole there. So here we go. We're going to get out the thin CA glue. Oops. It's that thin, it just drips right down. Want to fill those up. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of accelerator. Accelerator. Just build those up. And we'll sand it super smooth. This one needs a little more filling right there. I can see the reflection. All right, that is, let me see the reflection. They're all full. 3 holes, they're all full. We will take this off the lathe. We'll leave it sit for a little bit, and we'll finish it by the end of this video. Perfect. All right, we'll sit that one right there. Then we'll come do this beautiful red, white, and blue one. We'll take the diaper off right now. Put it aside. Get our banjo moved back into position, lower our tool rest. Bring it in so we can do that nicely. All right. Ready to go, blower on. Wrong knife, here we go. See how we're doing? That's probably still a little bit fat. Yeah, it's about a 0.65. Need to come down another 1/10 of an inch. Feels like there's something in there. I guess it'll sand out. It feels crunchy like Nestle Crunches. Let me see where I'm going here. 0.62, coming down there, right where we need to be. Measure this end down here. We're talking about a 0.58, 0.62, coming down pretty good. This is so much fun, because this is going to reveal some pretty good stuff, because it was sort of red and blue with a little bit of white, and I got a lot of white and a lot of blue and white coming down there. Now you'll notice as I make these ends, I leave them quite a bit fat to shape them, and then I come down here and I do that, and this gives me a nice domed end on there. The reason I leave this fat is in case I have any problem, I still have more meat to work with when it's a baseball bat. But then I'll trim it down a little bit here, and I can push the knife further down into it and thin that up so it looks like a baseball bat. There we go. And then I'll shape it nicely. Get rid of some of that bulk. That looks pretty cool. I don't know how he gets that to mix like that, but that looks neat. Okay, we're going to skin some of this off here, see what we get, but I think this might be a Vases one. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, we're talking Vases on this one. That's beautiful. Get my handy mathematical device out here. Here we go. And then we're going to get my dividers. And get us some gorgeous vases built in here. what I'm looking at when I'm doing these dividers, I'm looking at these 5 tips because I need 2 spaces on each one. These don't matter right now, the ones on the end. So I'm looking, when I'm spacing this, I'm looking to see how much room I have from the end of here down to here. And I could do a little bit more. So take that out just a hair. Yeah, that's going to be good right there. And then I lean into the blank and make myself some marks. Then I know where to dig. Alright, very nice. So then I'm going to shape my ends. And if you notice, I'll make a little U in the bottom of there just so I can get my fingers in there when I'm sanding. And then I'll make the top of the vase. The top flute slants away from there a little bit, and I'll shape that nicely. Come over here, do the same thing. Shape the top of the vase, and then get the finger hold completed. And now I'm shaping the bottom of the vase with a little valley in the middle for me to put my finger in while I'm sanding. That's looking pretty cool. Beautiful vases. All right. Let me check the finger grips here. We're almost done with this one. 0.57, 0.56 on the money. Let me check that one again. I'm going to trim this one down just a hair, then we'll finish it up. All right, that'll do it. All right, looking good. Leave that on, turn the blower off, pull the bayonet back, get it out of the way, bring over the diaper, got it all jacked up now. There we go. That's the protection part. This is the absorption part. There we go. I don't know what's in this stuff, but man, this gums up the sandpaper quickly. All right, that feels pretty good there. I'm going to jump into the Zona paper here. See, that gets all junked up too. I don't get it. I know this is an abrasive paper, and it works like a dream, but it gets all gummed up as well. I'm going to ask Troy what's in these blanks that causes that. Because I don't know. I'm still a babe in the woods. Just talking to the camera, babe. Carrie's on the other side of the shop, thought I was talking to her. Like, no, just talking to the camera or the microphone. This is the smoothest sandpaper that we'll use, so it is super smooth now. And then we'll polish it up. Oh yeah, that's going to be shiny. Udimus. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is almost like some kind of fancy china without a pattern. All right, let's flip over to the, you know what? Rather than screw up the cameras, I'm going to save these for the end. I'm going to do everything I'm going to do now. Take out the bushings, chamfer the holes, and then I'll buff them all at the end, so I don't forget to put the camera back where it's supposed to be. All right, let's go to this one. This looks pretty cool. Purple, pearlescent, some kind of color changing goodies. It's going to be pretty. All right, blower on. good. Let's see, measurement, that's what we're doing. Took me a second. What am I doing now? 0.6. Oh, that's a bit of clear in there. That's going to look pretty cool. Didn't even see the clear. Nice. We should be down where we need to be. 0.59. Boy, I thought I took a lot more off than that. Again, totally different than I thought it would be. 0.58. Look at that clear. That clear in there. That's amazing. I never even knew that was in there. Too cool. There we go. I imagine it's going to be mostly white at this end with a bunch of swirly tendrils between the two ends reaching to the sky. Okay, let's fashion the end here. Very nice. Feels good. Peel a little bit of this off and see how far this clear goes down. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh my goodness, that's going to be incredible. Wow. Okay. This might be the cause for a mustache. Let me wet that up a little bit here. Let's see what that looks like. So a lot of clear in here with this explosion looking thing with this green. I didn't even see that sort of light green in there. Yeah, we're gonna see, I think we're gonna do an offset mustache. So if I were gonna do a mustache, a proper mustache right in the middle so your lips don't look crooked, it would be about right there. But I wanna capture this explosion here, so I'm gonna move it right up here. That's where that mustache is gonna go. That should make this pen look upward to the sky, or whatever this clear on the end is. That's going to look pretty neat. All right, this is going to be fun. We're going to make this a little deep because I want it to be a bit dramatic. let's shape this nicely here. Gotta come up out of this finger hole here nicely. Super cool incline. Let me see where my measurement is on this and see how much room we have to play with. I'm still at a 0.6, so this is going to be super dramatic here. I'm going to bring this down right to where I need it to be and then work from there. Now let's try that measurement, see how we're doing. 0.55 on the money. There's where we're working from. So now I want to take this one here, curve it back. Well, that's a good looking curve in there. Let me come up off of here now. Give some room for the fingers, most important part of the pen, where the fingers go. And then how big that middle is there. So that middle is a 0.52, just a hair smaller than those, so that's a good proportion. Now watch me shine this bad boy up. Oh my goodness, this is going to be awesome. Okay, we're done with this guy. Move him out of the way. I should say we're done carving that guy. We're not done with this pen completely. And this is the fun part. This is the true reveal. Get a nice dome on the end there. Feels good. Next level of paper. Come on, man, get separated. There we go. This thing is gonna pop when we hit that polish on there. I don't use StreamYard to record these videos. I just use straight up OBS so I can get a nice high definition camera shot. Let me make sure this camera's cleaned off too. I'm gonna go look at my feed here and see how that looks. Yep, it's nice and clean. That's good. Cool thing is I never knew there was clear and green hiding in this blank. I don't know why the blower's on. Gotta turn that blower off when I'm finishing here. Hey, Carrie, you want to see something wild? So this blank here was sort of white, purple, color changing white kind of thing on the outside. I cut into it. There's a lot of clear on the top here. This purple tendrils going northward. And then when I chop this, it's gonna blow you away. But this is, and then there's a little explosion of light mint green down here. Weren't even on the outside of the blank, so watch this thing when I stop. You'll love it. Is that, babe? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this will be one of the premieres here in just a little bit once I'm done with these 4 pens. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Well, no, I'll do 2 groups of 4. Here we go.
Whoa.
Wow, right? Look at that.
Wow.
Why is, oh, that's locked. Why is that not coming apart? Weird. Oh, my set screw's coming out. Oh, that's weird. Huh, gotta fix that. There it is. And the cool thing is there's in the center of this, these things reaching up from the bottom.
Wow. I love when there's surprises inside.
I never saw clear in this thing from the outside of the blank.
Yeah, I seen something in there, but I just didn't know what it was.
All right, I'm gonna chamfer up these, leave them sit. We'll get to the next one here. And I don't know what the heck happened to that set screw on that lathe. But all of a sudden it has come loose. The handle I turned to, that's crazy. Okay. Guess I need to get an Allen wrench in there. Watch this, we're gonna do a little bit of repair here. This thing for some reason has decided to come loose. And that's the thing that screws the thing in and out. That's a little large. Oops. There we go. That's a little bit big maybe. I need a 7/64. I think that might be the right one. Yeah, it's tightening it up already. Might actually be a little bit smaller than that one. Always looks bigger than you think. Oh, there it is. No, that's actually, oh, it must be metric. Let's see. Is this metric here? 3 millimeters. Let's see what that tends to be. Ah, that's it. 3 millimeters is the wonder. That's it. Works like a champ now. All right, back to the business. Everything always requires a little maintenance. No doubt about it. Okay, here comes one here. All right, we are spinning blower on. And then we'll bring back that Fordite and finish it up. .60 coming down. .56, we'll leave that right there because we'll sand it down to where we need to be. .6, getting down there. All right, that should be where we need to be. On the money, .56. We'll finish that right down. Okay, here we go. Perfect. All right. We'll round that out nicely. That'll be a beautiful baseball bat end. All right. All right, let's see. So we got a nice little bit of definition through here of all the colors mixing together, and then they sort of go around and you've got this clarity as they're all running through to the other side. So got a nice Grand Canyon of clear in there. Let's see, what would fit nice on here? I think I'm gonna do swoop. Swoop is like Valentine Vixen. Let's find the center. Except this swoop has no Cheerios. So we'll come out here about 1 3/16 inches. 1 and right about there. That looks good. And what we do is we do a couple of cuts. No cut in the middle. That's going to be our viewing window. So we'll do a cut there. And I just came on the inside of that line because visually it looked a little off. So, you know, math is math and all that good stuff. So now I'm going to, like I do on the vases, I'm going to cut in the finger hold. We already know it's perfect from here on out now. Or finished, not perfect, but finished. All right, there's that. Now we're going to make the dome. When I come off of here at an angle, because I want a decent step for when I do the actual swoop. I'm going to get out my rounder here, finish that off nicely, give it a nice curve. Same thing over here. All right, now we'll create this on the other side. Now we do the swoop. Start in the center. Just go back and forth in an arc. need to turn this one here and get it to be a little sharper. Let's see, need a little Torx bit here. So what I do is I notice what number is up, and what is up is between 3 and 4. 4's got a ding on it. I think this one might be all used up. Let's see if I got a new one. Not a new one of that. I got to order some of that in. I'll ask Troy where he gets his, because he gets his in a pretty good spot. All right. Let me just buff that up so it's sharp. All right, let's see how that works. A little better. Alrighty. Just a tiny bit more. All right, that one looks good. Let me check the ends here. Make sure where we need to be. 0.56, 0.56, that's perfect. That'll sand down right to 0.55. Blower is off. And it's finishing time. Let me turn the buffer off. And this is called the swoop. And one of the things I want to do is maintain these 2 points right there. They're not terribly sharp, but they are pointed to provide the visual gap to, or the visual point that, hey, this is where the viewing window starts. Next paper. Oop, one more level. Got to get the super fine sandpaper. If they select it, it will. All right, now the polish. Then we'll bring that Fordite back over, and then we will polish or buff them all up on the buffer. Hang on, babe. Ah, beautiful. Got the Grand Canyon of clear right through the middle. That's cool. And we fixed our lathe, all in this one pen. How exciting. Okay, let's bring the Fordite back over and we will show you how we're going to finish that one up. All right, so what we'll do here is we're going to use the blade to just get this chunk that dripped off the back there. We'll just take that off. It's sort of just crunchy, full of air, a lot of air bubbles, that kind of stuff. And then we will bring our diaper back over and we will get the sandpaper out for this one here. A little bit of water. And we will just wear that CA glue right down. CA glue, by the way, is super high-end, fancy super glue. Literally. Literally, it's super glue, but it's got a little bit different makeup than the crazy glue that you buy at Walmart. And I think you can buy CA glue at Walmart as well, and Harbor Freight, and Lowe's, and Woodcraft, and Amazon.com, and Walmart, and all that. I guess I said Walmart, all that good stuff. And the goal here is just to wear away the CA glue and not really take much of the Fordite off. And it's slowly going away. I can hear it. It's all gone there. Got a little bit here in the valley. All right, let's see how that looks. Let me get my little wiper rag here. Beautiful, all nice and filled in. Now it'll polish up good, all 3 holes. Beautiful. This one is now ready for finishing. So we'll break out this sandpaper and head on up from there. Won't take much, because I think I've already done most of this with this particular paper. So we'll just hit it nicely as we go. And the only real thing on there is completely feeling, because you'd probably never be able to see it, but you might feel that little indentation with your fingers every once in a while. It's not critical, but you know, it's like, okay, let's make it perfect so nobody could say anything that we didn't do our best and figure it out for them. Takes just a few seconds, and for the Fordite blank turning service, you're paying for it anyway, so that's what we do. Yeah, it feels nice. Very nice. Okay, stepping up in sandpaper. And mainly this is for the resin more than it is the Fordite. Fordite's pretty much finished. It'll just get a tiny bit smoother. Shot my paper right back there, didn't it? All right, last layer of sandpaper. And we'll polish it up, then we'll go buff them, and we'll be done for this video. And this is going to be bonkers gorgeous. All right, and now we polish. And I got to refill my water bottle, out of water. Good timing on this one. Oh yeah, that's gonna pop when we polish that baby up or buff it up. That's gonna be gorgeous. Interesting, there's a little bit of CA glue right there in the middle. Let's get rid of that. It's just going around that valley right there. Looks like a discoloration, but it's actually just the glue. So, we'll take a small piece, put it right in there, and that'll be out in the heartbeat. There, you can see it right there. almost all gone. All right, it's gone. I can use this little tiny piece right here. Don't need to do the whole pen again, just this little section right there. There we go. That discoloration is gone. That's beautiful. Nice. Almost, babes. I got you, babe. We will get you hooked up. Got to finish up my video here. Got to buff these bad boys. Now I got to switch over to the buffer. There we go. Lay these pens down right there. Turn the buffer on. Load it up with some compound juice. Try to use up as much of this as we can. I got some new stuff, but I want to, not waste. Okay, here we go. Over here next. All right, there's that one. All nice and buffed up. Very beautiful. This is the part that makes this clear look like glass. Doesn't take much. A couple of rounds and it's good to go. Oh, I didn't round the edges on this one. Got a champ for the edges. A little out of sequence today, but at least we didn't miss any turnings, like maybe one other video I've done. Okay. Make sure I got that end all buffed up too. Okay, there's that one. That's got the Grand Canyon of clear going through it. Pretty cool. This is the one I really want to see go to glass. Yep, I've chamfered the edges on this one. All right, so let's talk about this one here. Don't know if you can see it, but in the center of this, as it comes up, there are these little fingers reaching up right in the middle of the pen. There is some stuff left on the outside, looks pretty cool, but that stuff on the inside is just, I don't know how to adjust that so you can see it, but it looks cool. I can see it best from that right there, so maybe that might be good for you there. Hopefully it's focused on it. And then you've got this mother of pearl light green explosion in there. Too cool. Too cool. Okay, here comes the Fordite. I didn't chamfer the ends of this one yet, so let me chamfer these holes here. Okay, those are done. Now we buff it up. Whew, I love this one here. I might make myself an ink pen out of that Drippy Fordite. That is too cool. The patterns are so awesome. All right, let's look at this one right here. Beautiful topographical map on the back of the drips. Very cool jewel on top of the mountain there. And then when you come to the other side, beautiful topographical stuff looking here. But look at these patterns across there. These are the drips. These are the things dripping down to the drips. I'd like to have gotten this thin enough to get rid of this resin right here, but that would have just made it look really anemic. So we'll live with that one there. Still looks gorgeous, great patterns, great colors. That is, I can't wait to make an actual ink pen out of that. That'll look cool. All right, there we go. That'll wrap it up for this video here. 4 beautiful pens. And we will do the outro and see you soon.